Now we are.
Hey, Brown Mamas. We are here live and ready to go. My name is Lisa Pickett, and I am your host for today. We have the honor and the privilege to have two of our wonderful storytellers from this year's 2023 Brown Mama Monologues. They
Wow.
are here today to reveal to you some of the amazing stories that you are going to get to bear witness if you have bought your tickets. If you have not, I suggest you strongly go to brownmamas.com and buy tickets for the show, which is scheduled for Saturday, May 6th. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to the ladies. Ladies, just take a moment and introduce yourself and tell us where you are from.
You want me to go first, Olivia?
That's fine. I'm trying to close my blinds.
My name is Trisheena. I live in Cheltenham, Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia. I'm a mother. I have 3 children. And that what else do you want to know about me?
That's good. Thank you, Tashina.
Hello. My name's Olivia Rash. A lot of times I go by Livy Love. I'm an operating engineer. I work in construction. I have a company named Tony and Sons Contracting. Um, and my monologue is really just about overcoming divorce twice and how to conquer that thing. Don't let it get me. It didn't get me too down.
Thank you. Hi, Natasha. Good to have you here with us today. So, ladies, thank you. That leads us into our next question, which is to tell us a little bit about your monologue, just an overview, because we don't want to give the audience too much, but just a little taste, maybe your title and a little bit about what it is about.
The title of my monologue is Purple Flowers. This monologue is discussing healing from losing a relationship with my mom while she's still alive. Um, my story is basically talking about some trauma I've been through as a child. I'm not having a very healthy relationship with my mother, which leads to not having a very healthy relationship with other people. So trying to just gather love from life, from every source that I could, growing up into my adulthood, into my motherhood. And that is basically what my story is, an expression of love that grew from, sadness, but is here and it's loud and it's beautiful. So,
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Um, I said, "Oops, I kind of did that already."
You can give us a little more. Tell us your title.
So the title is "Holy Matrimony." And it again is about overcoming divorce for me, and the things that I learned during divorce. That it could be a form of self care.
Hmm. Okay, so ladies, tell us a little bit about what your why is. Like, what brought you to Brown Mama Monologues? And Trishina, we could start with you.
okay. Um, what brought me here was basically I was going through this period of like enlightenment, right? I had gone to therapy. I had started to really ask myself some tough questions about what I wanted, about who I was, about my plans, um, about just so many different things going on in my life. And my therapist asked me, why do you allow people to mistreat you? And that question kind of sparked this whole journey into self discovery and peeling back so many layers. Um, it helped me answer those questions. It helped me to figure out where I wanted to go and get a grasp on where I was. And after I decided, I have to tell my story. I have to come out with this pain, this trauma. It's in me. It's bubbling up. When I made that decision, I went online and I saw an advertisement for it, and I was like, wow. I mean, it was minutes later, and I saw this advertisement for it, and I kind of blamed it on the algorithm, but here we are. So that was my motivation to come, just this self discovery, this journey, this want to be whole and happy.
Yeah, that definitely resonates with me. I was a storyteller in 2021, and I remember having the same feelings. Mine was called welfare shame. And I really wanted to have that sense of wholeness and really come to a space where I felt safe and I can share my story with others and then maybe have an impact on other women who may have experienced the same thing. So I can definitely tell you from experience that both of your stories will be anticipated and eagerly awaiting for others to hear it so that they can maybe learn from it and grow from it. You want to tell us your why, Olivia?
Um, I definitely can relate to both of your what both of you have said. For me, it was the biggest part was just not letting my pain go to waste, not
Mm.
letting what I've been through go to waste. And I realized that that choice was up to me. A lot of times when people share their stories, whether, especially when it's a pain and trauma, it's always like, why do you keep crying about that? Why you, and it's like, I'm not. Like, I'm not crying about it, but I do want to talk about it. I do want to release it. I do want to put, give my perspective of it, not, a lot of times people sometimes can see what you're going through, but that's from the outside looking in. That's not from my perspective. So I really love the fact of Muffy encouraging us to tell your story, the way you see it, you feel it, you know, and share that. And that just really helped me in that healing process. And it helped me to know that, like you said, there may be other women out there going through it, going through something similar. Um, and the fact that I can share my story and it can empower them makes everything I went through worth it.
Yeah, what I heard you say the most that stood out to me is not letting my pain go to waste, and really just sitting on that and thinking about how can we as African American mothers and brown mamas really make our pain productive so that we can show our resiliency and let people know that we are not alone. We're here to help each other in a productive way, like you said, and not just sitting there in your pain, really learning the lesson from it and learning and growing from it. So thank you, ladies. So take a moment and think about the process that we go through as Brown Mamas once we become members of the Brown Mama Monologues, and how initially in the beginning you had to prepare, you had to think about what you were going to audition and then do the audition. And then once you had the audition and you received the information that you were accepted and you were going to be a part of this prestigious show, tell me what it was like initially in the beginning when you started your writing process.
I write often. So my piece was my piece has wow, I started it 10, 15 years ago, to be honest. Um and it just grew. I just wrote on top of it, and it really grew into something that I was proud of. It was already written before the audition. Um so when I saw the advertisement, it did take me a while to kind of like decide, like, am I really going to do this? You have to kind of like be completely vulnerable for people. And I was embarrassed. So I had to get over that hump. Like, people are going to judge me, people are going to say things about me. But I had to let that go. And then I put I sent my audition video, and I was really excited. It kind of was validation. Getting into the show was validation that I'm headed in the right direction. Um, so that
What do
was
you think you learned about yourself during the writing process?
I, I learned so much about myself every time I write. Because I call myself a sloppy writer. I don't like things to be perfect. I'll just write it down. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't even have to be spelled correctly. And then when spirit drives me to, I'll go back into it and develop it some more. So writing this piece, I want to say the most important thing I pulled from it was trying to let go of this idea that being a mom is a burden that's kind of been passed down to me. Like, when I don't have a babysitter, I get an attitude. When I can't go out, I get an attitude. Gotta bring my kids, that makes me upset. I had to let go of that. Like, this is my discourse. I'm a single mom. That's it. You got to get over that hump. If I want to go out, we all going out. Dinner, we all going out. If I'm experiencing something, I want all of us to experience it, and I want to do it with a smile on my face. So letting go of that kind of obligatory attitude that I had for no reason was the best thing that I think I was able to pull from this.
Yes, what I hear you saying is you learned how to find the joy in motherhood.
Yes.
Not always looking at the negative and like thinking from a deficit mindset. You really focus on finding joy. Thank you. Olivia, tell us a little bit about your writing journey and what you have learned so far.
In my mind, it's still like, so you really gonna do this for real? That's my writing story. um, yes, as Trisheena says, sis said, it's so vulnerable. Is telling a part of me that I don't know. Sometimes it's just like those sacred spaces where it's like, this is really how I feel, but I never told nobody this. So this is really my experiences because so many times we put on these masks, like everything's okay, you know, power to the black woman, we killing it. And at home, it's not like that. And all the time. And so this journey of writing, which I've rewritten my story like I don't know, 15, 11 times. I don't know. Um, so through that process, it's just been so much of me facing my feelings, like really facing my truth. Um, not saying it in a way that is not offensive to somebody, not saying it in a way like, well, what, like she said, what will they think? What will they no, this is my truth. And this is how I actually feel about it. There was a lot of times I cried while writing my story. I was like, yeah, I did say that. Like during my story, you know? So yes, it's just really it's a healing process. Anybody who ever think about doing it, I'm so glad I did it because and am doing it because it is a healing process. And a even better part, which sorry, I don't want to get into your next question is, but there's people to do it with. You're not healing by yourself.
Right. So tell us what you mean by that. There's people to do it with, and you're not healing by yourself.
Um so the ladies, the other I want to say 5 ladies that are doing this monologue process, even though our stories are different, we relate in so many ways. And for those moments, I know I came in with walls up, like, you know, as I would go into any room, you know, you're going to get this version of Olivia, and that's all you're going to get because I don't know you like that. Um, but as time went on and I started seeing the vulnerability in Trisheena and Natasha and Crystal and Letitia and Janelle, each of those women brought like opened a door that made me have no other choice but to be like, okay, I'm opening my door too. Like this is me. And so when I had those moments during my writing where I felt shame or like a burden, or I was able to say to these ladies, like, this is how I'm feeling today. It's heavy. I don't like it. And they were there with me to be like, but you still gonna do it. You're amazing, to confirm me, to make me feel like I'm not in this by myself. When I, even with therapy, going by myself, there's times after the therapist is off the phone, it's just, yeah, it's me and the Lord. That's about it. So I'm grateful to have other women around me that are like, you're not the only one that feels stupid sometimes. You're not the only
Mhm.
feel, and you're not stupid for feeling that way. Like, you know, they're just I talk too much because it really helped me to be like be able to just have some type of trust in people again and humanity. And yeah, I love them. I do.
Thank you. Trisheena, did you want to add anything?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Yeah, she was just talking about how with Brown Mama Monologues, there was a sense of togetherness and a sense of tenderness in the
Yeah.
fact that she was not alone.
Yes, that was something I was kind of anticipating before joining the group. Because Muffy kind of made it clear from the very beginning, whatever you think is going to happen, this is what's going to happen. And I was kind of anticipating that camaraderie, that relationship building with the other women, and it was nothing less than what she said it was going to be. Like these women are so supportive, and I am very open about being a person who suffers from depression and anxiety. And social anxiety is something I struggle with. So the group chat thing is tough for me, but I'm here, and they encourage me to just be present with them in this group, and it's really a beautiful process. I love it.
Yeah, just to build a little bit of insight for those of you that are listening, it is definitely a journey. It starts with the auditions, and then we have the rehearsals where the ladies are meeting in an intimate space where Muffy is making sure that when the women enter, there is time to have a sense of community, a safe space, really have sometimes we do meditation, we'll do dancing, we have music playing, and then we kind of open up and share our feelings, what's going on in our lives, and then have a space that has a sense of community so that when it's time to unpack the monologues, which are always personal and intimate, we are in a space where we can do that safely with, once again, my word is always tenderness when I think about brown mamas and how that journey creates a space for all of us as African American women to be together and learn and grow. Now and then after that, we start to progress. You have the dressings and what you're going to wear, and the hair and the makeup and the music. So it's a great experience overall. So, ladies, tell me what you are looking forward to when it actually opens and it is revealed to the world, all of your monologues.
I am looking forward to using this opportunity and this experience to jumpstart my book, to jumpstart my writing, to jumpstart my performing, to jumpstart the rest of my life. I am looking forward to kind of getting this over with so that I can look forward to the next step. Because once it's out there, it's out there. We have all these things that we want to say. And once we leave it on that stage, there's no going back. So I'm looking forward to the next step after that.
Okay. Olivia, what are you looking forward to?
I would say forward to the more version of me. As I said, my story is about the man can be like losing a person. Um, so I like get like she said, once is out there is with these are my friends, and yeah, that's the part looking forward is to leave it on stage. Um, that's it.
Thank you. Now, Trisheena, were you able to hear Olivia okay?
She was breaking up a little bit, but I did hear her.
Yeah, you were breaking up just a little bit. Say that one more time. Looks like you're frozen.
You do look frozen.
Okay, there you go.
Hold on, let me switch.
There you go, sis. I see
There we
you.
go. There we but saying I am just to leaving it on the stage. I was saying that for me, process of actually person. That person may still be a relationship is dead, and going on stage based, um, kind of leave my heart on that stage.
Thank
If
you.
I'm looking.
Thank you, ladies. Now we are going to get ready to finish our discussion. Is there anything that you ladies wanted to add or tell our lovely ladies that are watching about the show or about you before we wrap it up for this evening?
I just think that all of these women have such a dynamic story. You do yourself a disservice by not coming. It is going to be so fun. It is going to be informative. You will laugh. You will cry. You will walk away with some mentionables. Like, it is going to be fun. So I think get your tickets and make sure you're there May 6th.
I agree 100%. So much and intentionality into stories. So coming for you. We not doing it ourselves. On it because we're coming together. Uh, that's why it's mama. Even if you're not mama, you're a part of the journey of and it's not easy. Not easy. I think in case that day I believe
Your phone is breaking up a lot.
the only one.
Yes, thank you. I think we missed some of it, but we heard it just like you said. We are coming for you. You definitely want to come into the space. And like I said, it will be well worth it because once you enter the space, you will one feel welcome, you will feel the energy, and you'll feel the tenderness and all of the wonderful, amazing stories that will be told that will resonate and be with you for hopefully a long time to come. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Excited to see your monologues on Saturday, May 6th. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you'll see on the screen. You can go to brownmamas.com and purchase your tickets. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a
You
good night.
too.